Well, good afternoon. I'm StormTrack 5 meteorologist Kid Alexander. Wanted to just give you a quick weather update since we are expecting a weather system to move in for tonight that will give some of the areas east of the Tri-Cities like Smith County and the western mountains of North Carolina a chance of some wintry precip and a little bit of ice. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Then those rain chances ramping up for the immediate area in the Tri-Cities. And of course, then we'll be changing it all over to some snow showers by tomorrow. So good afternoon. Of course, today is the first day of meteorological winter that is based on temperatures rather than the typical solstice days. In this case, I know that the first day of winter, I think it's December 21st, at least the way it reads on the calendar. Meteorological winter, the difference is just all about the temperatures because we're already in that pattern where we see the colder temperatures. And obviously, my friends, we are there. So yeah, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. We're going to cover the forecast here just real quickly, giving you a broader perspective and an idea of what's going to be happening in the next couple of days. So we have the cooler temperatures in place. That stays with us. Even though we have just a little bit of a break today compared to what we've had. We'll be in the upper 40s, but still. Normal high is 53 now. I don't think we'll be hitting that for the next week to 2 weeks. We also have winter weather advisories in place. This takes effect from 7 o'clock tonight for Smith County, Virginia. Also, the mountains of western North Carolina are seeing those advisories as well. The advisory in this case is telling us that there's a chance that we could have maybe a tenth to maybe a couple tenths of an inch of ice for tonight through noon tomorrow. And looks like maybe even a half an inch of snow perhaps as well in some of those spots. Not everybody will see it in Smith County, but certainly the advisory areas that you see listed here in the blue, that's where we could see some of that wintry mix. So slick conditions, that's just one of those things we need to keep an eye on for tonight and tomorrow in the mountains of North Carolina and Smith County. Anyway, here's a look at Johnson City. It looks nice right now. We have that sunshine. It is 35 degrees. It is a cold one. The sunshine's not really warming it up all that much, is it? Not quite. Anyway, so temperatures today look to warm up to the middle and upper 40s. Then we see those rain chances move in for the Tri-Cities. I would say about 9 o'clock or so tonight and later. Those rain chances really start to ramp up during the overnight, and we're really going to see some of that rain start to push in. Here feels like temperatures in the meantime, when you get a little bit of breeze, it should be pretty light out of the west, but when it does actually get a little breezy, it might feel like the 30s at times today. Actual air temperatures will be around 49 degrees in the Tri-Cities, 35 for tonight because we see that rain and snow mix starting to move in. Let's talk about this next weather maker as it moves in. You'll notice increasing clouds ahead of that. Then notice here comes the rain showers for the Tri-Cities. What I want to point out is those areas where we have the winter weather advisories. You're going to see some of that wintry mix, that freezing rain start to set up here, eastern parts of Smith County. And notice even at 1 o'clock in the morning, I would say, maybe about half of Smith County there getting in on some of that freezing drizzle and freezing precip. So there's some moderate areas of rain that will be moving in for us. And as that moves east, that's some pretty good little bits of precipitation, and it'll be cold enough there to support some slick conditions, so do be mindful of that. We should see a transition over to rain for most of Smith County by tomorrow morning, but it is going to be a very cold rain, and it will still be cold enough at the surface that you might actually get some of that freezing precip still falling just because it's not really going to have time to melt all that much as it gets to the surface. So just a heads up. This is what's setting up for tonight. We transition over to rain. Then notice that colder air by tomorrow morning starting to push in. By noontime, we start to get those northwesterly winds moving in. And then we see northwest facing slope snow showers start to move in. We'll see some flurry activity, maybe a few snow showers in the valleys as well. Looks like a slow clearing trend for Wednesday. Some models are keeping us kind of cloudy at 7 o'clock. This model's trying to clear it out. But I've also looked at some of the latest runs of the HRRR, which is notoriously, it's actually really a good cloud model. Unfortunately, it's keeping us locked in with the clouds, I would say, till about noontime on Wednesday before the skies actually start to clear. But anyway, just a heads up, we'll have a few clouds kind of lingering for early on Wednesday. We'll see some rain showers in the Tri-Cities tonight and tomorrow morning, a half an inch to an inch of rain most spots. Here's the colder side of things. You get that freezing rain, we could easily see maybe a quarter of an inch in spots here, the western mountains of North Carolina. It's not going to be maybe quite heavy enough to cause widespread power outages, but there could still be a few power outages just because you know how ice is. I mean, obviously it's a little bit heavier, so up to about a quarter of an inch of ice in some of these western North Carolina areas. Just be on alert for that. The colder side of things also shows there will be at least some light snow potential here, mainly in southwest Virginia, and it looks like this point higher terrain looks maybe to get about a dusting to an inch of snow with this for tonight. Your extended forecast looks like this. Of course, we'll have a more detailed outlook on the shows as well, noontime on WCYB Channel 5, so make sure to tune in. Otherwise, your forecast looks like that. We'll see temperatures in the 40s, staying below average pretty much every single day for the rest of the week, and another weather maker by Friday. You all have a great afternoon, and we'll see you on News 5 at noon.